Be ready for the dictation. 10 seconds to go. The respondent under the contract offered a lot of paper boxes to the petitioner for inspection before making dispatches. The inspection of the lot was done and samples were taken as per the terms of the contract randomly, and the sample was sent to the institute for testing. A test report was received from the institute giving the analysis of the samples. It certified that the sample was of standard quality. However, the lot was rejected by the petitioner on the ground that the sample did not meet the specifications of paper boxes. The respondent raised a dispute making allegations of bad intention on the part of the petitioner. The contract contained an arbitration clause. The respondent invoked the arbitration clause and requested the chairman of the petitioner either to arbitrate in the matter himself or to nominate an arbitrator in terms of the contract. On failure on the part of the chairman of the petitioner either to arbitrate himself or to appoint an arbitrator, the respondent filed a suit in the court for appointment of an arbitrator. The arbitrator was appointed and the dispute raised by respondent was referred to the arbitrator. The respondent preferred a claim. The petitioner also preferred a counterclaim against the respondent. The petitioner had also forfeited the security amount of the respondent. The arbitrator settled the procedure to be followed during the arbitral proceedings under discussion with the parties and gave full opportunity to the parties to lead evidence. The arbitrator came to conclusion that the test report of the institute showed that the sample sent by the petitioner to the institute was of standard quality as per the standard prescribed by the authorities concerned. The false and scandalous allegations against the first respondent and hence the criminal proceedings rightly deserved to be quashed. Disposing of the appeal, this court held that the judgment of the High Court quashing the first information report is set aside as not being legally and factually sustainable in law. However, the commencement as well as the entire investigation, if any, so far done, is quashed on the ground that the station house officer is not clothed with valid legal authority to take up the investigation and proceed with the same within the meaning of Section 5 of the Prevention of Corruption Act. Further, the observations made by the High Court are unwarranted and out of context. If such a view is to be judicially accepted, then it will be tantamount to laying down an alarming proposition that an incoming government, under all circumstances, should put its seal of approval to all the commissions and omissions of the outgoing government, ignoring even glaring lapses and serious misdeeds and the deleterious and destructive consequences that may follow. However, the investigation, if at all to be proceeded with, in the opinion of the state government, should proceed only on the basis of a valid order in strict compliance with the mandatory provision of Section 5 of the Act